Buy some dirt cheap over-the-counter tax liens here. We have an $85,000 house that could be picked up for just $2,000. This isn't hypothetical. You're going to see where it is. You can go take a swing. It is going to be a ton of fun. In this video, you're going to see exactly where to go and where to buy them. This is not fluff. These are real deals. This is not a hypothetical. These are things that you can go and take swings at today and have a big chance at. We're going to show you the hidden treasure chest of right now, where there are properties sitting over the counter that could come in at 3, 5, 6, 7 cents on the dollar. And we're also going to show you our secret to using AI to basically compress a week's worth of work into just a few minutes with the classic AI catchphrase, the push of a button. So we're going to dive into that here today. The biggest challenge with this stuff is, where the heck do you find these things? So we're literally going to take you right to the pond right from Google, so you can do this at home. People watch these videos and these lives and these trainings. They scoop up properties while we're on the lives, which is super, super fun. So you can use these houses to flip, make money with residual income. Maybe you want some commercial property, some farmland. Maybe you want to just go live in the forest and have your own little piece of land and live in a cool tree fort. This is for you if you want to do that. So we're going to bring in the dream team here right now. And if you hadn't noticed, today is 100K subscribers on YouTube. We finally did it. So we're calling that platinum. So we have went platinum for this. So we put on our best plaid for you guys here today. Hope you enjoy it as much as we do here today. And that's pretty cool. So we're the #1 tax lien deed channel with 100K subs. Never thought we'd get here. Just small town boys living in a lonely world. And here we are making it work. So Josh, let's get right to the screen and show these guys the goods without any fluff around the edges. Taking it away from Google. Let's party.
Okay, nice. So if you saw our live yesterday, we did find an over-the-counter list in Illinois. And so just to get you caught up to speed, Illinois is a tax lien state, 36% interest on a tax lien. And so you bid down the interest. But what we've got is an over-the-counter list from 2022. And so let's get you filled in here. So to find the list, I typed the county name, tax sale list, which brings me to iltaxsale.com. So super simple from Google. Let's click that. And here we go. You've got 2023, 2024, 2025. And so they just had a sale yesterday. And so that's how we got wind of this. And you can see that 9/26, 2025. So that was yesterday, right? Yeah. No, my apologies. That's tomorrow. So they got an auction happening tomorrow. This is how we got wind of it, though. So here's the one from 2023. When you click this, you got auction results free. So super handy. Now, here it is. And so you can see when I start scrolling, see where it says available. Now, is there a little bit or a lot? So let's scroll down, and there's actually a lot, right? How many pages do we have here? We've got about 15 pages. And of these 15 pages, there are a ton that are over the counter. So these are available. Now, the thing is, to figure out what's good and what's bad here is going to take you a little bit of time. And so in the past, we've used VAs to do this for us. But in this case, I was actually able to use AI in a span of like 5 or 6 minutes to actually go through this entire list, look up the parcel number, find out what it is, and it found me 3 gems from this list. So to start off, I'm going to show you the deal, and then we're going to go back and look at this. So one of the deals that it highlighted is right here. You can see the taxes that you need to pay is about $1,000. If it's going to be the next ones as well, you're looking at maybe about $2,000 total. But let me show you this property. 703 East McAlpin Street in Illinois, $85,000. We did a street view on Google. Look at this. So in 2024, it is still there. Mind you, we don't know if it's still there now. June 2024 was, over a year ago. But look at it in 2024. This is actually pretty good shape. A lot of times when we're looking at county held over-the-counter tax liens from a few years ago, they look really rough. They're vacant. They're empty, but the siding looks great. There's actually a new build happening right next door. So that's really good for the market. That's going to be really good for the values here. You can scroll back in time and we can get a little bit more. We got 2023, we got 2013. So it looks like something, they need to do something there. It looks like there's an unfinished, maybe they didn't finish the siding, perhaps is what it's looking like. So it's not completed, but they did definitely put money into this property. These windows, these are not the original windows. These are upgraded. They've done new siding. So this is looking really good for an over-the-counter tax lien. And so is it still available? Let me go back and check this list. So this was prepared. So this is a bit old. And so that's why in our video yesterday, we talked about how important it is that once an auction happens, if there is county held stuff, if there's over the counters that are available, you want to pick it up quick because we're not sure if it's still available now or if it's not, but it is over the counter. And we are seeing that there's about $1,000, or sorry, I got to go down here. Right, $2,000 in previous taxes that, so these were sold to the county held because they're delinquent. And then you've got 2024 taxes as well. So all in maybe $3,000. And that would get you an $85,000 property. And so since this is from 2023, that's when the auction happened. If it is vacant, you could foreclose on this property in March of next year. So less than 6 months away. Now, the incredible thing about this is that there is a 36% interest penalty, which is huge. Sometimes states have 12%, 8%, 20%, but 36 is the highest rate of return that you can get in the tax lien space. And it obviously demolishes and destroys the banks. The crazy thing is that they're probably using your money in Illinois already, which is wild. So that's the deal. Let me show you how we used AI. Unless a little housekeeping, Dustin, or keep it rolling. What do you think?
Let's do it. Let's do a quick little check-in with everybody here. Welcome, everybody. This is the over-the-counter tax lien stream. That rhymes. Very cool. And we're going to show you guys some deals that are here right now, ready to go. Take you there. And I encourage everybody who's watching to take action with this. Or another thing that happens a lot is to go back, watch this again, and follow along and do it step by step here with us. So let's see who's hanging out here today. Let's get the stream going. Let us know who's tuning in. Let us know your name and the city you're in, because we often tailor and customize the live streams here as we go. And any questions you have, please put them in the chat. We will get to all of those questions here as we go. So let's get it going. Let's see who's here today, guys. Brian, welcome. Appreciate the congratulations on our platinum achievement. That's what we shall call it. That will be the album cover for us. And if there's punk rock fans out there, yes, I directly ripped off the Lagwagon platinum reference. So also for anybody tuning in, we always give away the best free course on the ABCs of tax lien and deed investing below in the description. So this is, when we find these things, our roadmap that we go through every day. It is the most valuable free training out there as far as that goes. And our goal is to make tax lien and deed investing accessible to everybody. We do that through this channel. We never set out to be YouTubers, and here we are, 100K. Very cool. Our site, Tax Lien School, has the most information on tax lien investing that you will find. So you guys can go check that out. And like we say, our goal is to provide the most information to the tax lien community, hands down, without any question, without any competition. And we're trying really hard, and there's always an open challenge to find another site or channel with more information. So you guys can check out everything here we have for you. Ask any questions. Welcome aboard, everybody. Come say hello. Let us know who's here. If you're watching the if you're watching the replay, go ahead and ask any questions that you have below. We would love to hear from them or hear from you. And let's go ahead. Let's dive in. Antonio, good to see you here. Who else do we got? We got Jeff tuning in. Always like that camera. What's happening, Craig? Let's keep it going. Back to these deals to take action on and strike on.
All right. So as we said before, normally in the past, what we would do is we would have a VA go through and do this. So we'd make a video showing it maybe 1-2 times, then it would just be rinse and repeat for the VA. But I was able to use AI to just bust through this list incredibly quickly. And so I downloaded the PDF and I did upload it. And let me show you what it did. So I gave it some prompts and I wanted it to review the list, find any opportunities that would be good for tax lien investing. The plan is to foreclose on these, get the land property. So I'm also looking for something that I'd be able to flip easily that that has value. So it's find me some golden nuggets that are on the current available list. And then I just gave it a little bit of help. You're likely going to need to use the parcel number to find out the tax collector, county assessor, use all of that to figure out what is assessed for. And I'm willing to look at anything that is higher than 15K. And so I wanted to have a threshold because a lot of these are just vacant lots that are probably worth $1,000, $2,000. And so even getting those for, 200 bucks, it's just not going to be worth it. The work to get something for $200 that's worth 1,000 or 2,000 is probably going to be a parcel that is landlocked or not good or not valuable. So I gave it some requirements. And so it worked for it was about 12 minutes that it worked. And so it went through all 15 pages of these, which is amazing. And again, this is from 2022. So it probably has been cherry picked a little bit. And so there's a lot of junk on it. But what it did find were three properties that were worth looking at. And so the one that I showed you already, 703 East McAlpin in Illinois, it gave it an estimated market value of 52 grand. And so that's from the county. And so we can see here, 85 grand is what we got on Redfin. And so then looking up the taxes, of course, you're going to be all in $3,000 for a house that's worth $85,000. Mind you, it's going to need a little bit of work, but that's the rough ballpark. And so it was able to highlight that deal incredibly quickly. There's another one here that it highlighted for us, which described as a garage with remains of carport and marked as available. So this one is still going to be a great deal because you're going to be able to get this for $1,000 or $2,000 max, and it's going to have a good value. But then there's also a one-story frame that is available as well. So I could go ahead and show you this address. Let's go ahead, take a look at this one, 119 East Mill Street. So this one, they're saying about $25,000. And so it's not the mobile home, but it is this building. And so the thing is that you could get this for $1,000, $2,000 and be able to foreclose on it in March, which is, cents on the dollar, which is pretty cool. But you got to make sure that you've got an actual exit strategy for this. And so if someone was living here, if this was in good condition, if it was occupied, maybe the owner lives there, they could actually, be interested in buying this with the land. That would make a lot of sense. That could be a great exit strategy. And if you buy it for $2,000, you could always do seller financing. So you could say to them, you know what, I'll sell this to you for $500 a month. And after a few years, you'll get the land and you'll get to use this, whatever this is, whether it's it does kind of look like a house. So that's a phenomenal deal. The last one here, let me show you. Looks like, yeah, garage with remains of carport. So maybe less desirable, but again, you can get this stuff for the back taxes. Yeah, so showing $28,000, so an 8,712 square foot lot. And you just need to go ahead and see what is land worth in the area. What do people sell land for? Because you're going to be able to get this, as far as the tax lien goes, incredibly cheap. It's going to be, maybe it's going to be $500, $1,000. To find out what is owed, you just need to take that parcel number, throw it into the tax collector. I could have also had the AI do that for me. So that would be the next step. It also gives me some notes and recommendations. But in a matter of 12 minutes, it's gone through this entire list, which is phenomenal. And so it found that most of these are just junk vacant lots, but not everybody's going to be willing to go through this and look at this, or not everybody will actually know how to look at this data and mine it and find the good deals. And so the AI can do that for you. And so in 12 minutes, we've got 3 deals. These are all extremely good deals. Mind you, this one is the best one, the 703. Again, $3,000 tax lien you can foreclose on in March 2026. That's going to get you potentially up to $85,000 in equity. So they did have the sale. They have a sale coming up tomorrow. So the best thing to do is download our directory. You can go ahead, you can call them, see what didn't sell, and you can be the first one to jump on the new OTCs And then you can also come through, look at the 2023 data. And we didn't look at the 2024 data yet. So if we go back to that website, which I believe I've got right here, there's also auction results from 2024. And usually the way that it works is that the older the list, the less deals there are. So we found 3 deals on the 2023 list. On the 2024 list, you're probably going to find even more. So is it similar? Do we have a lot of available? Yes, we do. There's actually a ton here. There's a ton of available ones. Now, these ones you're going to have to wait a bit longer. So if they were vacant, you can foreclose on these in March of 2027, which is a little ways away. But this is the way to get property 4 cents on the dollar, extremely low risk. And remember, if they do redeem, 36% interest on your investment, which is, again, unreal. But there's a lot. Yeah, there's still a lot here that are available. So it'd be the same thing. We would throw it into the AI tool. It'd work the list for us, and we could go ahead and see what those deals are. But there's 3 deals for you. If you're looking to get those screenshots, you're looking to get the websites to the screenshots, that'll take you there, and you'll be able to do that yourself.
Nice. So today is the day we are exposing kind of how we use AI, and there's a few ways to really use AI with tax liens and deeds. And as our content team watches this replay, you can start it here by saying, here's how AI can help you with tax lien and deed investing massively to save you time. So what we just looked at is how Josh saved literally hours of time within a few minutes. So what we can do is I'll walk you through kind of how AI can help speed up your tax lien and deed investing to get you massive results. And then Josh, we can jump back and maybe show them a little bit more of how we use it as well. So there's always going to be a couple options. You can use like a free service, or the baseline, which would be a ChatGPT. You could go a step further where we build a custom AI for tax lien and deed investing. So it can really streamline the process for you. Before, what you'd have to do is manually go through, copy and paste, go to the county websites, identify the biggest spreads, check property ownership, confirm liens, track redemption periods. And all of this stuff would be very, very time intensive. And the way that we kind of had an advantage, up until last year, is we would work with people in other countries, use virtual assistants, and have a team, an army of them, basically pulling data for us to make this go quicker and having an arbitrage on the dollar. So, when you work with places like in the Philippines or Croatia or India, there's a big arbitrage on the dollar that creates a win-win situation to where, I think it's about 20 to 1. So for every dollar you make in the US, it can be worth up to 20 in other countries. So not only are you winning, you're also providing people with a job that they can do from home as well, which is super cool. So we use the AI now to get all of this information, to scan the PDFs, to read the mortgages, identify any red flags on the title, extract the owner's names, phone numbers. The AI can summarize what's going on each property. But the big thing, like you just saw, is the AI can take large lists of data and do all of this stuff for you within a matter of like 12 minutes. Josh's AI was going to work. And those 12 minutes probably would have been what, Josh? A day or two of work, at least, of somebody going full time?
Yeah, easily, because you've got so many that are there, 15 pages, right? And so each of those, you're going to have to go ahead, take the parcel number, input it in there, and then go ahead, have a look, see what the assessed value is, and then go ahead and also look and see what the back taxes are. So 2 or 3 steps per property. So it's gonna take a while. You got 15 pages there. It's quite a bit.
Yeah. So we basically 2 or 3 or 15 pages of data. Those 2 to 3 steps would have taken, probably a good 2 8-hour days to go through, to research, to copy, to paste, to cross-check, to create your spreadsheets. And now we copy, we paste it, the AI goes to work. And this is such a huge advantage in this business. Like, it's fully game changing to be able to have it scrub the list, and you can have it isolate anything you want. Like if you want to buy residential property or vacant land or commercial, you can have red flags on things that might have county liens that might not get wiped out. You can clean and filter based on how much you have. You can go and ask it to predict which liens are likely not to redeem based on the factors it's seeing. The AI can be scoring the best properties to the worst, and can analyze every property in detail, which is super awesome, right? You can auto generate mail if you want to go and maybe try to scoop this thing up beforehand, which is very, very cool. So check it out. I pulled some data here. So here's an example with or without AI. So if you were to scrub a list of 500 liens, manual time would be about 10 hours plus. AI time, 10 to 15 minutes for that same, to get the same results. So, the AI goes to work. So the arbitrage here is absolutely massive. For example, if you had to comp properties, you want to pull off in 5 comps, that would take, sometimes 20 to 40 minutes to do proper comps. AI will do it in 1 to 2 minutes. Reading legal documents. So I see Josh do this all the time. The AI reads the legal documents to see what's going on. This used to take 20 to 60 minutes to a couple hours. Now it can be done in 1 to 2 minutes with the AI. So that is very, very awesome and such a huge game changer for this business. And it's making it easier than ever to start buying tax liens and deeds, because that was really one of the biggest bottlenecks, is like, okay, how do you research? Now AI does all of it, and it's absolutely awesome. So what we do is, everybody should be getting this book below if you don't already have it, the ABCs of Tax Lien and Deed Investing. We take all of the steps in the book and then we just plug it into the AI, and we're off to the races as far as, the property number, the address, the parcel number, the type of property. We go through this, the condition, the goals. You can put a picture of the property in AI and ask, give me an estimate of the rehab, the budget on this, which is very cool. So all of this stuff used to take hours and hours. Now it's at your fingertips. So this is in the description below. And, coming back to the question and calling a spade is, people will have the questions like, oh, sounds fishy, right? If it's so good, why isn't everybody doing it? Well, the truth is it's a bit difficult because there's 1,500 counties, which are all here list by list. Every county is a little bit different. And the AI now allows you to learn this stuff quite quickly and really dive in. Now, the next part, the other question everybody has is like, oh, if it works so good, you guys wouldn't have a YouTube channel on it that just hit 100,000 subscribers. And, we never set out to kind of start this YouTube, or neither of us, we still don't really consider ourselves YouTubers. It just ended up happening where we put up some videos for the heck of it over 10 years ago, and they ended up getting traction. And from here, the same way we're helping you guys make money, we like to make money too. So in full transparency, this is a business for us. And our model is, hey, we're going to give you guys the best course, the best videos. And from there, if you ever want to join us at an auction, or if you want us to help you find property or build you a custom AI, you can schedule a call below and we can see about bringing you to an auction or showing you how to get a custom AI built. So you can schedule a free call. It's totally free. If it's a fit, cool. If not, no big deal. That's our agenda here. And it also brings in people we team up with on deals and stuff. So it really is a win-win. And that is our agenda here. And I like to just call a spade because there's so many people on YouTube where they're, like, oh, we just love to give back. It's like, no, you also like to make money. That's why we're here. That's why we're all here, right? We want to do business. So I'm just trying to be transparent about it. And for anybody tuning in, let us know who's tuning in. Any questions you have, we will answer them. We love to see everybody here today. What's happening, Sam? We saw Josh come in. We will get to questions. Dale, good to see you. Appreciate the platinum comments here. So we're pretty pumped on the 100K platinum achievement. So now we're going to jump back over, and then Josh can kind of show you. So this is an AI that we built, but you can use ChatGPT as well and do a lot of this with a free version. We're just going to show you how we're using it to give you ideas. But regardless, after this training, or go back, watch it again, follow along, take a swing at these properties. And that's, you miss every swing you don't take. And with these videos, the ones that we show tend to go quick. So it's important to take action. So let's walk them through just kind of the basics of what you're doing here.
All right. So, one of the things too about AI is that you want to be very careful with the information that it gives you. And so a lot of the times, if you just ask it a question, and it gives you a response, it's really good to have it reference the law or statutes for you. And the reason is that, sometimes it could be pulling information from the internet. There could be a lot of information out there that's not actually true. And so anytime, it tells me something, I want it to reference, yeah, statutes, the law in that state, because that's always what we got to go back to. And the reason that having this built custom is so helpful is because the prompts are correct. And so we have these different sections. And right here I have REI lawyer. And so this is going to be, set up the correct way. This is going to be accurate in what it gives me, which is helpful. And so I want to show you something that maybe not a lot of people know about. And so I saw one of the comments. We got someone from Florida. Yeah, Josh Battles from Florida. Good name, good state. And so in Florida, it is a tax lien state, but also a tax deed state. And so a tax lien holder usually gets the property. That's not the case in Florida, though. And so you get the interest on your property, but then it goes to a tax deed sale. And so every single Florida tax deed sale should actually have a free title search already done, because whoever has those liens before it goes to a tax deed sale, they have to order a title search. And then everybody that's on title, they have to send them a notice that this is going to a tax deed sale unless someone pays the taxes. And so this is a huge tip that a lot of people don't actually know about in Florida. And so let me show you an example. Here is a property information report. And so this is for Sarasota County. And in here, you've got, and again, for the algorithm, all of this is public data. So I got this online for free. I didn't pay for this. This was available by the county from the county. Mind you, there is information in here that is not easily accessible, but this is free public record. And so on this, you've got all of the lien holders, the mortgage companies, any kind of municipal lien, any kind of like all of the deeds, everything is in here, which is wild. And so this would cost someone, I think it's like $250 is what they had to pay for this. So the tax lien holder already shelled out the money. It's incredibly kind of the county to allow us to access this. And so what you can do, because obviously coming in here and reading this, if you're starting out, this is going to look like gibberish, right? It's like, okay, what am I looking for? What are these special assessment liens? What are the red flags? And so obviously, if you went to school and studied this, or, you're an attorney or a lawyer or have experience reading legal documents, it's going to be no problem, right? But for everybody else, it's like, okay, what's going on here? And so what you can do with AI is I can go ahead, I can take this property information report, this title search that would normally cost $250 that we've got for free. I can then go ahead, throw it into the REI lawyer. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to drag that in here and say, I'm looking at purchasing this parcel at a tax deed sale. And let's also see what our strategy is. And so for a lot of people, especially if you're out of state, you can still buy these if you're out of state, which is great. But if you're out of state, you might not want to do a fix and flip, right? So my exit strategy is to simply offload this, invest as little money as possible. Is this a good deal from a title perspective? Are there any red flags, or would this be fairly clean for a tax deed sale? Give me advice. So it's going to go ahead. It's going to start going through the title report. Wow, that was actually quite quick. That was very surprising. Okay, so there we go. We've got a summary of the property status. We've got the assessed value, the total opening bid. Is it in a flood zone? It's out, not in a flood zone. So great. So there are ways to track down everything here, but it takes time. And I think time is more valuable than money. You got special assessments, mortgage lien, no title insurance. Of course, you can't get title insurance, for most properties. So tax deed title is not marketable, but we already know that. You can't buy a property at a tax sale and have a marketable title. So you can't get title insurance, but you can file a quiet title action, of course. So we use tax title services. We do have open liens remaining. So about $1,000 for trimming. So the thing is, a lot of people are afraid of the bigger things like the IRS, afraid of mortgages, but it's actually these kind of special assessments that get you. So in this case, it's just $1,000 for trimming, which, that's pretty expensive. If someone came and said, I'm going to trim your lawn, it'd probably like $250, but in this case, it's 1,000. Sometimes we've seen 30,000. So unusual chain of title. So then it lists all of the red flags, practical advice, and then is this a good deal? So then it gives us the amount actually and saying, okay, if you get this for under $3,000 and you're okay with this, then you're good. And it's great because it gives you multiple choices. It's not just like, if you do this, or it's not a good deal, or it is a good deal. It's saying it could be a good deal at this price if you're okay with this, which is great. So you should not expect to flip to retail buyers or financeable buyers without cleaning title. And so it gives us final recommendations. So it's gone through, it's kind of scrubbed this whole thing. And then from there, we could interact back and forth. And so if there's something that I wasn't clear about, I could go ahead and ask it. And so, for instance, it says you got to be okay holding and waiting 4 years. So I could say, James Norman, live. There we go. All right. So I don't want to hold onto it for 4 years. I don't want to spend money on a quiet title or tax title services. What are my other options if I purchase at your recommended price? So even if it gives you two options, you don't like either of them, we can at least kind of dialogue and have a good question or a good debate here. So it's just clarifying our constraints. So, and this is what I was hoping it would say, right? So sell via quitclaim deed as is. So that's great. And so we talk about that as well. How a lot of times if you're selling land at a cheap price, you probably would be able to offload it as is. Then it even says how to market it, suggested pricing. You could even assign your tax deed certificate pre or post auction, bundle, things like that. And then what not to do. Super helpful. And so starting out, as a beginner, to know these things, you're definitely not going to know these things. You're going to know these things either A, if you pay for training, or B, if you make mistakes. And so the AI can handle this, and we can talk about it, and it gives beautiful charts. Like, look at that, super sweet. So if I flip to an investor via quick claim, speed, fast, cost, low, best option. I mean, this
Cool.
is unreal, unreal. There you go. That's how we're using it every day, and we're just conversing back and forth.
Nice. And Josh, on the screen here, so many of you guys can use basic AI to get a lot of this done. And then because we're in the trenches doing this every day, we're like, all right, we have the most videos, 3,600 videos on the channel, our Tax Lien School. Our goal is to be leading this industry and think about like, okay, how can we be the best as far as having the best information, the best tools? So that's what we did with this AI is we built like basically custom AIs for each challenge of tax lien and deed investing. You can see on the left-hand side, like bidding strategies, cash buyers, contracts, marketing, rental income, over the counter. And then you see Texas and Arizona. So we also built the AIs for every single state as well. So this was a huge amount of work to do. And you can follow what we did here. You can do it with like a free ChatGPT account. Or if you want us to just build it for you, you can schedule a free call below and we can build you one of these to help you get started as well. As that's one of the things we do if you want some help getting this stuff going. So we appreciate everybody tuning in. A couple questions popped in here. Good to see everybody. And yeah, if you're watching the replay, ask any questions you have. Let's see some of the questions that came in here today. When does the redemption period start? Does it start after you purchase or does it start once it goes to auction? So with a tax deed, it's generally going to start, tax deeds only in Georgia and Texas have redemption periods because the redeemable deed states that starts when you buy it. Texas 6 months, Georgia 2 years. In deed states, generally there's no redemption period. With these tax liens, the redemption period basically starts from the date it's delinquent. So if it's delinquent, 2 years ago, that was the start date of the delinquency. So that's why with the properties we've shown here today, you can start the foreclosure, and rather than having to, wait a couple of years, this can happen in a matter of months, which is good. Christian here from Houston. It's happening. Good to see you. Appreciate all the plaid love. Let's see. Is the book the same as the online Tax Lien School? Yeah. So always get questions about this. This book is also on taxlienschool.com. Everybody should be getting this in the comments, as this is our GPS to this business. It is the guide for helping you. So everybody should get that below in the description to help you out, along with all of the directories to get you on your way here. I appreciate the congratulations here. Let's see. Do you need a real estate license for this? Let's see. Do I need a real estate license if I want to buy deed? I want to keep the properties? Absolutely not. You don't need a real estate license. Take the time you would put into getting your license and just go and buy these properties. Let's see. Still watching from earlier. But your information, Illinois is max 9% for 6 months, 1836. They lowered it a few years ago. Let's see. Did you see an update on that, Josh?
Yeah, you know what? It looks like January 1st, 2024. So that is fairly recent. Yeah, so 18 instead of 36. 18, still good.
Excellent. We appreciate that update. And, this stuff is always changing. And that is kind of the rule of the road on this stuff, is there's 3,600 counties and things are always in flux, always changing. And our goal is to give you guys the information to be able to get the latest sets of rules. And we appreciate you bringing up that update there for us. And anytime anybody's watching, if you have an update for us or we have something incorrect, let us know and we will make the correction on the fly in real time, as there are 3,000 counties and they're always changing. So much appreciate there. And we appreciate everybody tuning in here today. So it's time to get started. You can go back, watch this from the beginning, follow along, take a swing at these liens. They are there right now. Start using some AI to get this stuff going. And, I like to always wrap up with a quick little story of when I got started. How successful and how much money you'll make in this business comes down to one thing: the time duration between the time you learn of something, or you learn about something, and then take action. And that's called speed of implementation. They did a study, the richest people in the world, they had one thing in common. From the time they learned something to the time they executed was shorter than everybody else around them. So the worst thing you can do is take this information and just have it in your head and talk about it and never do anything. Your wealth will be correlated from the time you take this information and implement it. So you can go, you can call these, you can get the book as well. For myself, I went to a 3-day tax deed seminar. And at that seminar, I met a guy. He's like, hey, I'm going to be at an auction in 2 days. Do you want to come meet me? So I went, I met him. We looked at a bunch of properties together. He showed me what to do, the pros and cons. We made a little list. The day of the auction, I was nervous. I was scared. And the property came up and he's like, bid on this one, Dustin. This is the one. This is the one we looked at. You want to get it. And I was terrified. I wasn't like, no, I'm scared. And he's like, bid on this. And I wasn't. He grabbed me by the hand. He raised my paddle up. He's like, get the property. And I was like, oh, okay. And I got it for $4,200. It was worth 40 grand. Sold it for 20, made 15,000 bucks, never looked back. I'm so thankful for that moment, because if he wouldn't have been there to force me to do it, I probably wouldn't have taken action and gotten instantly hooked. So for me, I owe that to a mentor being with me in person on the spot. For me, information wasn't enough. I needed somebody to help me along my journey as well. So that's what we do. We give you all this information below. If you want some help, we're here for you. We can build you an AI. We can take you to an auction. We can give you the nudge to raise your hand to bid. We can show you the properties to avoid, help you do the title, all that sort of stuff. If that's something that interests you, there's a link below to book a free call. You can go ahead, do that, and see if it's a fit for us to work together to help get you a property within the next 30 days and maybe save you some years of trial and error and some heartache. If you've just been watching and scrolling and not taking action, that can be an action step you take. So we appreciate everybody tuning in here today. It's time to take some action. It's time to get started. Once again, the Platinum live stream, 100K edition. We're going to rock the Plat all day. So time to get started, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon.
Peace.
Oh, and